Hello, thank you for watching. My name is OJ. Please like this YouTube channel so to see more of beautiful styles sewing videos. Like this video, drop your comment on the comment section. Watch this video to the end. Enjoy. So here is the fabric I'm going to make use of, guys. I have my fabric folded for the back and front. So this is what we have. So I fold into two. This is for the front and this is for the back. And I place them together because I want to cut them together. And the difference between these two, the front and the back, the difference is the zip allowance for the back, right? So what I did was that I measure my zip seam allowance. So just measure what you want to use for your zip seam allowance. You can make use of 1 inch, 1.5 inches, depending on what you want to make use of. For me, I will make use of 2.25. So this is what I have here. Then I place the front one on top. Hope that is clear. So this is the folded part, right? So just measure that the front has the folded part. So this is what we have. I'm going to be coming down for my guideline. So this will serve as the shoulder line, right? Then I'll be marking the neck width. Our measurement is going to be starting from this front one, not the back fold. Hope that is clear. So the neck width, I will measure it on this area here. I'm going to make use of neck width of 3.25. I'll mark it here. You can make use of 3.5 to 3 inches, depending on what is work for you. So for me, I will make use of 3.25. Then the shoulder divided by 2, I will make use of 8.25. 8.25. So you mark the person's your measurement. You use your measurement, work with your measurement. Shoulder, you mark the back shoulder from one sleeve end to the other, and what you have divide it by 2. So that's what I have here. Then I'll be coming down 1 inch for my slope, right? Then from this 1 inch, I'll go up half inch. That's to join the shoulder seam allowance, to join it to the back, right? So I'll be connecting the neck width to the slope this way. Then I'll go up here half inch. I'll connect it to the half inch too on the slope here this way too. So this is our shoulder seam allowance to join the two front and back together at the shoulder line. Hope that is clear. Then I'll be measuring down shoulder line. This is our shoulder line. This is our guideline now. So from there, I'll place my tape rule. I'll measure down the chest, which is 10 inches. And shoulder to the bust is 11.5. That's to the nipple is 11.5. Shoulder to waist is 17.5. Please do your own measurement and make use of it. Then shoulder to the hip is 26 inches. I'll also mark it here. Then the full length of this, the full length of what I want to make use of is going to be 33.5 inches. That's plus the seam allowance to hem it at the down part, because the style that you are seeing right now does not really go to the knee area. So from the hip, just determine where you want it to be. So you can just make use of from the hip to the knee, the middle part, just make use of it, right? So for me, I'm going to make use of 32.5 plus 1 inch to hem it at the down part. That's 33.5. So that's what I have here. So I'll make this into a straight line now. So on the chest area here, I'm going to be marking the bust circumference divided by, first of all, I will mark the shoulder, what I have on the shoulder, which is the 8.25. I will mark it here too. Then I'll make it a straight line. So this will serve as our arm mold depth, right? I'll measure from the slope down to the chest. The midpoint of it is 4.5 inches. I'll be coming in half inch from there. Then I'll make it a straight line this way. Then I'll make my armhole curve here. So this is it, right? Then at the chest here, I'll be marking the bust circumference divided by 4, which is 10 inches. I will add 1 inch for ease. Please pay attention. 1 inch for ease and 1.5 inches for size seam. I'll come to the waist. The waist circumference divided by 4 is 9 inches. That's the round waist divided by 4 is 9 inches plus 1 inch for ease, 1 inch for that. I'm going to be taking that at my waist here. 1 inch for that and 1.5 inches for size seam. I'll come to the hip. Whatever I have on this bust here, whatever I have, total measurement I have here I have 13 inches. So I'm going to add half inch to that. So because this has a slit, right? You can see that there is a slit on the hip area. So I'm not going to use the hip to block here. I'm going to use the bust area. Hope that is clear. Because of the slit, actually pass through the hip, so I don't really need hip measurement here. Hope you are following. So the 13 inches I have, I'll be adding half inch to that. So that will be 13.5 inches, which is here. So this 13.5 inches is what I'm going to mark to the hem part too. So I'll make a straight line this way. It's the hip to the waist this way. Then I'll use a straight ruler to connect it to the bust. So this is what we have. Then you can see the curve that we have there. So because of that curve, for me, I'm going to go up 3.5 inches. Then I will curve it this way. So if you have a curve ruler, you can make use of your curve ruler. I can't find mine right now, so I'm going to use a straight hand. I'm going to use my free hand to curve it this way. So what's the guideline for this is to curve it to the midpoint of this, right? So just curve it to the 3.5 inches that we went up this way. So that's it. So to take in my that on my waist here, I'm going to mark the nipple to nipple divided by 2, which is 4.5 inches. Then I'll mark half inch on both sides. That's the 1 inch that we have already taken from here. All right. So I'll connect it up. I'll connect it up this way. So I take it to 5 inches down, take it to 5 inches up. So that's my dart intake. So I'm going to sew my dart this way for both for the front on both sides, for the back too on both sides, right? Then I'm going to do center back shaping here. You don't really need to, but just to make the back relax so that it does not puff up, right? So yeah, I'm going to take in that's for the back panel now. So remove this front for the back panel. Mark half inch from the waist area here. Then you connect it up this way. Then you connect it down to this way. So that's it. So this is going to go up, right? So this is all we need for this style. You can see how beautiful it is. The neck depth for the front is going to be 3.5 inches. The neck depth is 3.5 inches, while the back is 1 inch. So this is it. So I'll be cutting this out. I'll first cut with the back neck depth first. So this is what I have after cutting it out. This is what we have. So I'll remove the front from the back, then cut the neck depth for the front. So now I'm going to go back to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew my darts here. I'm also going to join the shoulder together. I'll place the right side face each other, join the shoulder together, then I'll cut the facing to use the facing to turn it, right? So here is it, guys. I've already finished sewing the dart line. So this is the seam for the dart. So this is for the back, and I've also sewed the one for the front as well. Then for my zip, I've also sewed the zip seam here. So I'll just fit my zip here. So this is the zip. I'll just fix this zip here. This is where I'm going to fix it on. Then the remaining part here, I'll sew it to the end. Then I'll fix my zip here. This is for the back. Then I've joined the shoulder, right side face each other. So this is the line. So I just place them together like this. Place them right side face each other, the back and front together this way. Then join the shoulders on both sides, right? So the next thing we're going to do now is you can cut facing to finish the neck area, but I'm going to be using my bias. I'll use my bias. This is my bias. I'm going to use this to finish the neck, right? So I will just place it on the right side this way. Then I'm going to be sewing with half inch all around, after which I'll flip it inside, then sew on it, right, all around. So that's how I'm going to use to sew it. Then I'm going to be cutting the sleeve. So you measure what you have, this like this. You measure it round like this for a easy sewing, right? If not, you can place the right side face each other, sew the side, then measure before you attach your sleeve. But I'm going to use this method of measuring this while this is still open. Then I'm going to use it to cut my sleeve. So this is it for my sleeve. This is what I want to use for my sleeve. My sleeve length here is 16 inches. That include the seam allowance of, this is 16 inches, right? That is include the seam allowance of 1 inch to hem it at the down part and ½ inch to join it to the upper body, the body, right? So the total what I have here is 16 inches. Then I come down for the cap height. So the cap height, I make use of 1.5 inches. You can calculate yours and use yours, right? Then I make my sleeve curve this way. Then I make use of where I want the sleeve to stop. Then I measure it round, right? Then get the that place round. Then I measure it here. Add my side, my seam allowance of 1.5 inches included. Then I connect it this way. So this is what I have for the sleeve. Oh, I forgot to mention. Please, but by the time you finish curving, please check it again to find out that what you have for the measurement for the bodies of the armor, right, is what you get here, right? That's include the seam allowance as well. So that's what I have here. So for this now, I have two. That's for the both side, right? Because I fold it into four to have for the both side, right? So I'm going to notch the center point. Then I'm going to open this up this way. Then this is the joining of the shoulder, right? So I'll get one of the sleeve this way, and this is the right side. So I'm going to place it the right side of my cloth facing up. I'm going to place this right side facing up. The notch area, you make sure that is meeting at this point here. So I'm going to sew this with ½ inch. I'll follow the curve this way, sew it with ½ inch until I get to the end here. I'll do the same thing on this other side, right? So sew it to this other side. Then I'll use this other one for this other side. After which I'll place the right side face each other this way, and I'm going to be sewing it from the sleeve, right? You see it from the sleeve, you sew it into the seam, into the side, right? Then sew it to where you want your slit to start from here. So where I want my slit to start from here, I want it to start from close to the waist area, right? So I came down from the shoulder to where I want the slit to stop at 21 inches. Hope that is clear. 21 inches. The waist is 17 and a half, right? Then I just came down with few inches. So I stop at 21 inches. That's where I want the sleeve to stop. So I'll stop there, then stop stitch there. Then I'm going to be using my bias to finish this down part, right? Because of this curve here, I'm not going to fold it so that it will relax very well. So I'm going to use bias to finish the down part all to the other side. So I will do all of that. This is the result you will achieve if you follow all the process that I've shared in this video. Thank you so much for watching. You can rock your top with your skirt, your trousers, your leggings, whatever way you want to rock it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I will see you in my next one. Bye.